Hi everyone. So this video will tell you a little bit about making and presenting a poster, which is the final component of your project. So part of doing research is presenting your research to your colleagues, and one way to do this is at a poster session. So at a real conference poster session, researchers stand by their printed posters, and there's often hundreds simultaneously in a big room. Just to give you a sense, I just quickly Googled this, but you can see in images like this, where you've got a bunch of posters, you've got the presenters, and then the audience is kind of milling around, and they wander around and look at posters and speak to the presenters one-on-one or in small groups. So what we're going to do with this assignment is try to simulate this in an online context. Now, I just want to note, just to be clear, the posters are the exact same content, the same project as your final project. So you don't have to come up with any new content. You're presenting the same ideas, just in a different format. And there's two components to this project. One is making your own poster, which is going to be the bulk of your grade. You're going to post your poster on a discussion forum by Sunday, November 25th. I just want to note that this is the Sunday after Thanksgiving. So if you want to take Thanksgiving break and not work on it, that's fine. Just make sure you post it ahead of time if you're not going to be working on it over the holiday. However, another important part of the poster session is being a good audience member. So the week after, you have until Sunday, December 2nd to post a thoughtful, interesting, and engaging response to at least 5 other people's posters. So the first half is presenting your own. The second half is looking at and reading and reacting to your classmates. Now I've got all of our poster information is here in the beginning section of our Moodle. The online poster grading rubric clearly lays out what you need to do and how it will be graded, so make sure you look at that closely. So in terms of how to actually format your poster, a total of 3 out of 20 points will be awarded for poster appearance, so kind of the general how it looks. Your poster should not just be your paper copied and pasted into a PowerPoint. It's the same content, but rather than paragraph format, your posters work much better with bullet points and images that make it visually appealing. I'd encourage you to, on your own, Google research posters or psychology posters to see more examples and images. But on Moodle, I have posted a couple of examples and templates. So for example, this template, and if you use these templates, what you can do is you can just fill in your own information. And again, it needs to be your own information and your own images to make it your own. But these examples can at least get you started. This is a website with even more poster templates. So feel free to ignore, or explore them. You can also use your own or find a different one. So I'm not committed to these. These are just a couple to get you started. Generally, the easiest program to do this in is PowerPoint. So you just have one slide, which is how this and the other example are formatted. It's just a single slide, and you can fill in your information and adjust it to make it visually appealing. In terms of the content of your poster, which will be 12 out of 20 points, again, it has all the same information and the same sections as your paper. You've got an introduction, method, results, and discussion. And this is what you already wrote, although it should be summarized rather than copied and pasted. So that's the bulk of your grade, is the content, but that appearance and that formatting the poster to make it visually appealing is also important. The last 5 out of 20 points on your grade is responding to other people's posters. So if you go down to the week of Thanksgiving, let's see. Okay, so the week of Thanksgiving is when you will post your own posters. And this discussion forum right here is where we're going to discuss those posters. So the week of Thanksgiving, you're going to go on here and post your own poster. And then the week after, you're going to respond to 5 other people's posters. So these responses should be interesting and engaging, and at least 3 to 5 sentences. And I will note that you can also earn extra points by responding to comments that people post on your poster. So if someone asks a question that you respond to on your poster, then you can earn points. This is really important that the original poster respond because it helps keeps the discussion going, and monitoring the feedback that you get can also be useful in identifying anything that you might need to change because your final paper will be submitted at the end of this week. So somebody might have a question that you realize you didn't express clearly before you submit your paper. You can go back and do that. And one other thing that I wanted to show you in terms of the responses is if you would like to make sure that you know when people have commented on your poster. Nobody has posted in this form yet. Let me find a form that we've used. Okay. I'm just going to look here. If you look at your own post, for example, you can click subscribe up here, or sometimes there's like an envelope, and that will allow Moodle to email you when somebody has responded to the post, which means that you'll get a notification when somebody's commented on your post. So that's a good idea if you want to make sure you keep up to date with whether people are commenting on your post. So in general, you've all worked really hard on these projects. We've got a lot of really diverse and interesting projects in this class. So I hope that you'll enjoy getting to see what your classmates have worked on. Feel free to contact me with questions if you have any.